UFC 330 has just commenced, and today I'll be matchmaking all the fighters from the main card. So starting off with Edson Barboza, yeah, honestly, he needs to retire. I mean, it's already confirmed, it's official. Yeah, I think he needs to retire. He's 40 years old. He's on a losing streak, and yeah, I think this is the right decision to retire. He's 24-14. He's on a 4-5 losing streak, and I think he's taking loads of damage. And I think he should retire now. He's a family man. There's no one else to fight. So yeah, I think Edson Barboza needs to retire, honestly, as soon as possible. I thought he should have retired after his loss to Lerone Murphy, like 2-3 years ago. But yeah, I think he should. This is definitely the best time to retire now. But yeah, Edson Barboza to retire, and then for Esteban Ribovics, I think he should fight the winner, the loser of Dan Hooker and Saladin Parnasse. So yeah, Dan Hooker and Saladin Parnasse is fighting at September 5th in Paris, France for the main event. And I think the loser of this can fight Esteban Ribovics. If it's Dan Hooker, it'll be a good war. We've seen Esteban Ribovics was a really mean guy. He pressures a lot. He goes, he forwards, he pitches pace on people. And yeah, I think I think this will be a really good fight if it was Dan Hooker. If it was Jalin Turner, I think it would be still a really good fight. We haven't seen how good Jalin Turner is yet. But yeah, I think Ribovics versus Hooker or Jalin Turner is an amazing fight. So yeah, I think Ribovics should fight the loser of Hooker and Jalin Turner. And then you have Mansur Abdul-Malik. Now, there's one matchup that's been made, and I think you should fight the winner of it. It's Mickey Gall versus Cedric Dumas. First off, I have no idea why this has been made. I don't know why I did in the UFC anyway. Mickey Gall's about like 50 years old, and Cedric Dumas is what his name is. He's a dumbass. And yeah, I think if Mansur Abdul-Malik cannot beat any of them, I think he needs to get cut from the UFC. Of course, he's on a 2-fight losing streak. Just lost to Dustin Szotzful, and I think Mickey Gall or Cedric Dumas should be a good fight. I think he should beat them easily, considering they're both really bad. So yeah, I think Mansur Abdul-Malik should fight Mickey Gall or Cedric Dumas, the winner. And then we have Dustin Szotzful. The Unk still got it. Honestly, I think Dustin Szotzful should fight Michael Makhachev. Of course, Dustin Szotzful, he's scored that big win over Mansur Abdul-Malik, dominated him for the fight as long how it went. And yeah, I think it'd be a really good fight. I think Michael Makhachev a really good fighter as well. But I think both of them are cans. I think they're cans, but they are can crushers. So yeah. So I think he's really good. I think this fight will be really good. Put on a main card or on an Apex card, and yeah, I think this is a perfect fight. Alex just on a bit of a losing streak. Of course, Dustin Szotzful just come off that big win over Mansur Abdul-Malik. So yeah, I think Alex Jack should fight Dustin Szotzful, and then have Kaue Fernandes gets the underdog loss against Jalin Turner. Honestly, I think Kaue Fernandes should fight Magomed Wild, John Pork, Zaynikov. Yeah, I think this fight is to be made. Of course, John Pork coming off a big debut win against Damian Rebetsky. I think this would be a good fight. I think this would be a good fight for Chanko. Getting another unranked guy, building his name. But for Kaue Fernandes, I think it makes sense. Take another a guy that has loads of hype, loads of, he's a prospect. He has loads of hype, loads of fan base. So yeah, I think Kaue Fernandes should fight John Pork. I think it'd be a great fight. Their styles match. So yeah, I think this fight should be made next for Kaue Fernandes. And then for Jalin the Tarantula Turner, he should fight Manuel Torres. I think it makes sense, you know. Of course, Jalin Turner, I think he's a warrior. I mean, coming off 2 wins over Edson Barboza and Kaue Fernandes, and I think Manuel Torres is a good fight for him. I think, of course, Manuel Torres just come off that loss against Rafael Fiziev, and yeah, I think it would be a great fight, you know. Manuel Torres needs someone down in the rankings. Jalin Turner needs someone up in the rankings. I think this would be a sick fight. This is a fire fight. I'll put it on maybe in December or January when Manuel Torres is ready to fight. So yeah, I think Jalin Turner versus Manuel Torres should be next for Jalin Turner. And then we had Gillian Robertson. Losers gets dominated against Mackenzie Dern, and she didn't look like she wanted to be in there, so put her against the real female contender, Fatima Klein. I mean, this fight is insane. For Fatima Klein, I think she's a really good boxer. She has really slick striking and, of course, really good grappling. And, you know, you can put this on an Apex card. I don't want to see Gillian Robertson near a co-main of a big card again. So, yeah, I think this would just scream Apex card, Apex main event, Apex prelims, honestly. And yeah, I think Fatima Klein can destroy Gillian Robertson. I think it'd be a good fight. I think Fatima Klein can use the grappling. So yeah, I think Fatima Klein versus Gillian Robertson should be next. And then for Mackenzie Dern, she should fight Zhang Weili. Honestly, it needs to be next. Of course, Zhang Weili, the former strawweight champion, coming to take her belt back. I think she will take her belt back. And I think this fight should be next. Now, of course, Dern hasn't fought Weili, so it makes sense in the rankings. And, you know, this has been very hyped matchup, honestly. I think this fight would go insane. I think Weili would win, would destroy her, just because Dern has loads of flaws in her game. But yeah, you never know. So yeah, I think Mackenzie Dern versus Zhang Weili should be next for Dern. You know, I think Weili will destroy her, get her belt back, and yeah, be on top of the division again. And then for Ian Machado Garry, I think he should fight Michael Morales. I think this makes sense rank-wise. Where Ian Garry's second, Morales is third. You know, and whoever wins is going to get a title shot. You know, Ian Garry performed so well that I think he only needs one fight to get a rematch with Makhachev. Yeah, and of course, with Michael Morales, he's just knocked out Sean Brady in the first round, and he's undefeated on a big winning streak, knocked out loads of people. And yeah, I think Ian Garry should be next. You know, I think Morales will fight soon. You know, he's around 170 because he just weighed in as a backup, and you know, for Ian Garry, he took no damage. I think he can be in there as soon as December. So yeah, I think this should be the next fight, and the winner of this get a title shot. And I think the winner of this should fight the winner of Islam Makhachev, should fight Kaue Fernandes. This fight needs to happen as soon as possible. And maybe in January. Islam said he wants to return before February. And yeah, I think this is insane. Of course, Fernandes just destroyed JTM. Just destroyed JDM. Dominated him in front of his home crowd. And yeah, he is insane. You know, he has an insane resume, and his only loss is against Ian Garry, who he nearly finished. You know, it's pretty crazy. He has a pretty good resume. And you know, he's dodged out Leon Edwards, pretty crazy. And of course just finished GDM, knocked him out. And yeah, I think this would be a sick fight. Of course, you're putting one of the most dangerous striker in the division versus the most dangerous grappler in the division, Islam Makhachev. You know, of course, I think if this fight happened, I think Islam would still win because of the grappling issue with Fernandes. I think Islam could take his back and submit him. You know, of course, I think Fernandes will need to fix his grappling, work on his grappling a lot for the fight with Islam Makhachev. And then for Islam Makhachev, I think it would be pretty easy to submit Carlos Fernandes. So yeah, I think that fight should be made next. So yeah, please like and subscribe. And on that, I will see you in the next video. Peace.